Plant foods contain oxalates, phytates, saponins, lectins, isothiocyanates, harm the thyroid, polyphenols, hormone disrupting, salicylates, and phytoesterols associated with accelerated rate of heart disease. Why do we think these are good for us? This is a tweet that I'm reading out from Paul Saladino, MD. And frankly speaking, had it not been for Twitter, I wouldn't have known that consuming plants are dangerous for us. Hi, my name is Pratik and welcome to my show where today we will be discussing about scientific misinformation on social media. Though this has been the trend for quite some time, especially it was through the popular media, newspapers and such channels, the reach was quite limited for pseudoscience. But with the advent of social media, there has been a growth of information. Now, does information necessarily mean all kinds of information will be good and relevant? That is not quite the case. With the growth of information, we do have access to some great content creators across the world. However, what I have noticed is there is a huge gap in communication of scientific research to the average public. There is a great quote by Charles Borowski which says, "The problem with the world is that intelligent people are full of doubts while the stupid ones are full of confidence." Some of these trends that you see regarding misinformation on science is driven by the fact that many scientists, experts and those who work in the field 24/7 are often not satisfied with whatever they have achieved or discovered so far. Whereas people who have read very little, maybe watched a Netflix documentary, read a diet book or any other book, they are full of supreme confidence. This false sense of superiority in one's ability can be explained by the Dunning Kruger Effect. Dunning and Kruger were two psychologists who theorized that people with very low abilities have a cognitive bias and an illusory superiority over the others, that as if they know more than others. And this is what has driven much of the misinformation in the digital age. Now, if you see the next slide, it shows the graph of Dunning-Kruger, and basically what, let us take a look at the slide. What this graph is showing us is that as our knowledge increases, we tend to become more humble, become more full of doubts. We start questioning ourselves. However, the people who have this illusory superiority stop at the peak of Mount Stupid. I have posted a more detailed article on Dunning Kruger Effect. You can check the description box, where I have also explained why many people who display this effect or who peddle misinformation tend to stay invested in it. It is explained by a theory called sunk cost fallacy, where they see that being invested in a wrong idea is more beneficial for them. So make sure to check out the link and in the description box and go through it. So essentially, through this video, what I have tried to communicate to you is there is a vast amount of misinformation on the interwebs, social media, and you need to be aware of it. Having a skeptical mind is better than confidently following some information. it's good to be even a little skeptical about science, but that does not mean you should distrust it. It means that you can look for areas where it can improve. Let's face it, with scientific discoveries, humanity has achieved a lot. Today, it is good to romanticize the past and say that, hey, at one point of time we didn't have cancer and heart disease and obesity. But if you go into a little bit more details, you will know that even back then people were actually recording instances of heart disease and cancer, just that was not the human priority. When wars were going on, tackling famine was a greater priority. Hence, just because there were no records, let us not be so sure that these diseases are a modern disease. And let's not romanticize the past. Maybe there were a few good things about the past, but there has been a fair amount of human progress which has been driven by scientific discovery. Hence, having a scientific mindset and scientific temperament is very important to debunk misinformation and to understand where people are misleading you. So I hope you liked the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like the video, and do share among your friends and family who you think can benefit from this information. Stay tuned as I'll bring to you more great content. Thank you.